off with a very personal thing, which tells you how bad things can get. And I don't want to make it depressing, but this is stuff you can get through. But this is pretty personal. My mum and dad were still alive. They're both 87. I thought we had a very close relationship actually, but when Donna and I were very successful in G-Car and other things, we become very generous. I bought my mum and dad cars, overseas trips for the whole, we went to Disneyland, a whole bunch, it was about a $50,000, $80,000 holiday years ago, the extended family, my two sisters. My sister, well, my younger sister, never worked a day in her life. She's really ultra welfare state mentality. Just you never worked in life. Got 5 kids, about 4 relationships, pretty bad years. But in a softer moment, Don and I brought her out of her housing trust house where there were rotten cars around, strewn around the neighbourhood, pedophiles, the whole works. We, in our compassion, we bought a house for her to live in. And we gave her free rent for a while. We let her end up renting the house off us for $50 a week to own the house. In the end, she became really bad. She not only didn't pay $50, she didn't maintain it. She had a lousy attitude towards us. Ultimately, we had to just put her out of the house. And when we did, we were the bad guys. My mum and dad vehemently, they went to, it's very personal, isn't it? But they went to, this is only 8 years ago, they went with her to a chamber magistrate and got a caveat on the house. So the house is worth, a $400,000 house is now worth a bit of wet cardboard to us. We had to get the caveat lifted. I spent $200,000 on getting the legal fees. She used legal aid. My mum and dad went to court and spoke against me about what a horrible son I was and how I've hurt our family. And we won the court case. She appealed. 3 judges, 2 leading Hutt judges said give her the house for life. No, 1 did. 2 judges said no, give it to her for 7 more years. She had 7 more years in the house. A year ago, we put her out. We got the house back, and in the court, back in the court case, I went to give evidence in the court. I walked past, and my dad said, "You animal!" I was in the witness box in tears. The judge said, "Mr. Sullivan, you can talk about it, we'll put you out of the court." You know, so it's a pretty sad arrangement, all because we were generous. That's pretty heavy stuff. Right now, and you know, sorry. But and as hard as it is, my parents and my sisters totally haven't given an inch. But because Don and I are softened, because we're softened and said, it's hard to forgive as such, but because deep down I do love my mum and dad, and even my sister, we're able to, you know, sort of, as hard as it is, break it down, just have a cup of coffee with them. I've been able to be soft with them. My uncle died 2 days ago, my dad's brother. I said to Dad, look, I'll shout you to come to Adelaide to the funeral with you. And it just softened him up like crazy, you know, to think that my mum called me this morning and said, Robert, you know, it was like, we've been so bad to you and you're so generous. You know, and so what I've learned is that, you know, that basically there's something deeper than just revenge. There's deeper bad feelings. I've got to finish. Thanks. That you can, you know, that's, you might call it an adversity, a hard time, but there are some people I can learn from that, and I can be a bigger man, so to speak, and we can live a strong life. I don't have to be squashed, I don't have to feel like a victim. I could feel like a victim, but I don't, because I know I'm empowered by all that I've learned, and so I can overcome that. I can even love my mum and dad, you know, they've cut me out of their will, they so what, that's life, you know. And there's a whole lot of bad things happen, but by, you know, there's a great thing I heard years ago. What you do is you bless a curse. You don't turn the curse into a curse. If you can do it, you bless a curse. By blessing a curse, you end up becoming, it's like when something does something bad to you, if you can, generally somehow see beyond that, and even be nice to the other person somehow, it'll just melt hearts. But it's not easy because we're so affected by our human emotions, aren't we? Our human desire, maybe revenge or justice, you know. Hey, I understand that like crazy. But look, in general, I hope you've enjoyed today. I hope you've got a lot of mileage out of what I said, and you know, you can be the masters of your own choices in your life. That's really what I want to say. You can live a no-compromise life if that's what you really want to do. There's a lot of ways, a lot of different ways I could have put it, a lot of things I could have said. You know, I enjoy talking about this stuff, but I just hope that